Hey everyone, welcome back to my new CD purchases video part 17. Now, for those of you wondering why I'm on part 17 and you haven't seen others, that's because you need to hit that subscribe button. Help support my channel and get updates every time I post a video. So we're gonna get right into it. We have 22 new CDs. This part is basically on the pretty heavy side. Just gonna get right into it. I actually alphabetize these because I'm getting ready to put them away, but I want to show them in the video first. First one up is Captain Beyond with their self-titled debut album. For those of you unfamiliar with Captain Beyond, they are a progressive hard rock band. I would say probably more hard rock than progressive, but they definitely have a proggy feel to them. Kind of a super group of sorts. Lead singer is Rod Evans, who was the original lead singer of Deep Purple Mark I. Rod Evans was featured on the hit song by Deep Purple, Hush, also on their first 3 albums. And the rest of the band is members of, I think it's the drummer from Johnny Winter, and also members of Iron Butterfly. This album, to me, always seen this cover. It's pretty iconic looking. I always loved the artwork, so I finally had to grab it. As you can see here, it was released on Capricorn Records, which was actually famous for releasing the Allman Brothers Band's albums. Next up, a remastered version of Carcass's Swansong. Swansong, a little different album for Carcass, not as much grindcore as they started, but this is actually my favorite Carcass album. I just like the groove on it. And this is the last album they do for quite some time. I think, I want to say probably around 2014, 2015, they did the Surgical Steel album. So this is the last album they did before that. Almost a 20-year gap. Next is Cattle Decapitation with Human Ore. Again, a kind of an iconic cover in the extreme metal universe. Then I got this one, Cynic with Focus. This is kind of a rarity. This was an import from Poland. One of the early albums from 1993. Not huge on the vocals on this album, but I do like the music on it. Then we have Dio, Infernal, Last in Line. This is a Mayhem Records release, 1998, double disc live set. Really cool stuff here. Don't really see this too often. And then one of my past videos I mentioned I got a Disturbed album because I haven't really listened to them since the early stuff like The Sickness up to like Indestructible. So I did grab a couple here. This is The Lost Children. This is basically a bunch of B-sides and rarities, unreleased songs, things like that. A Welcome Burden is on this. Was originally featured on a Dracula 2000 soundtrack, which I actually love that song. So cool to have that on a Disturbed release on its own. Excuse me. Also, there's a cover of Judas Priest, Living After Midnight. Overall, 16 tracks, a little too long for me, but there are some really cool stuff on here. Then I grabbed this one, Immortalized. I know this was a big seller for them because it had the single Sound of Silence on it, which I actually do not like at all. I do love the Simon and Garfunkel version, but the Disturbed version I'm just not a fan of. But either way, add another Disturbed CD to my collection, and I'll listen to the rest of the songs and see how I like it. This one's kind of hard to come by. This is I Hate God with Dopesick, 1996 Century Media original release, featuring Jimmy Bower, who also went on to play with Down. And this is a hardcore punk classic, Fugazi, 13 songs. This is the prepaid $12 version from Discord Records. Again, an iconic cover there. All you gotta do, I know it's very plain, but in the punk world, it's very iconic. Next up, Hatebreed, their self-titled album. I'm gonna say debut, but it's not a debut. This one I found for $1, so I figured I'd pick it up. Kind of cool artwork there. And I got this remastered Nuclear Blast version of Immortal, Sons of Northern Darkness. One of my favorite Immortal albums. This does come with the DVD, which is live at BB King's Club in 2003. You see it's a digipack there, 2 folds out. Now the one thing I don't like about these digipacks, besides that they're not strong, when you go to get the disc out, the other side almost immediately rips. So this is brand new CD, ordered off of Amazon. As soon as I pulled the CD out, it ripped, which is, you know, now I gotta live with it. Terrible. Next we have King Diamond. Sorry, something was a little out of order there. King Diamond with Voodoo. Their 1998 album released on Metal Blade Records. Not one of his strongest albums. Again, a little too long, 14 tracks. But overall, I mean, it's King Diamond. The guitars are great. And then I have this one, which is a little stronger. This is House of God, released in 2000 on Metal Blade Records. A little different album artwork there for King Diamond stuff. This one kind of always stood out to me just because of the bright colors and the white on there. Next up, Best of Crocus. Stayed Awake All Night. This is my first Crocus CD I've owned. I have Crocus's Headhunter on vinyl, and I actually just ordered Crocus's Headhunter Rock Candy Remaster, so that will be coming in this week. I'll probably be showing it off in the next video. Overall, 10 tracks, a great introduction for someone looking into getting the Crocus. And as I put this on, I guess I haven't listened to vinyl in a while. I'm like, wow, this band is really good. I'm kind of, I was familiar with them, but not 100% familiar. The other thing, there's a lot of covers on here, like American Woman, which was the Guess Who song, Ballroom Blitz, which was sweet. Also, School's Out, obviously the Alice Cooper song. The album artwork isn't that cool, but on the inside, it's kind of got this gremlin thing. Almost looks like a ripoff of Creator. Although, yeah, this came out after Creator. That would have been cooler to use as a cover. Next up, Living Color, Time's Up. Okay, this is a 1990 release. I only owned, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the first Living Color CD. I'm looking for it right now. Vivid. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on it. I only own Vivid. It's the only thing I've actually heard about Living Color. I did not hear this. I know this is also a decent album from what I've heard, so looking forward to throwing this on and seeing what it's all about. Next up, Ministry, Greatest Fits, which is kind of a greatest hits compilation, although they didn't really have any hits. Did have a couple videos on MTV, but I guess kind of a cult classic songs that a lot of people know, but no actual hits. Does feature a cover of Lay Lady Lay, which is the Bob Dylan song from 1969, released on Nashville Skyline. And then next up is the remastered earache version of Morbid Angel's death metal classic, Altars of Madness. This is an England import. Again, a digipack. Didn't really know it was a digipack when I ordered it, but it is what it is. And as you see, it has the original cover artwork, just not in the circular motion as other releases were featured. But obviously, this is one of the greatest death metal albums of all time, one of the first death metal albums of all time. It's just a stone cold classic. Next, I grabbed this for $1. This is the Best of Bonnie Raitt. I have a couple albums by Bonnie Raitt. This is just a compilation. Features a good amount of songs. Looks like they don't have the track. They have the track listing, but not numbers. But it looks like roughly around 18 songs in there. So I guess sometimes you just want to relax and listen to her slide guitar playing. I'll just throw this on. And then this one, surprisingly, I did not own. Scorpions, Live Bites. Live album released in 1995 by Scorpions. Scorpions are one of my favorite bands, but unfortunately, for some reason, I did not own this. And I did not pick up the new Scorpions record, Rock Believer, I believe it's called. I did not pick that up yet. I'm looking into getting that. I did see it on vinyl. There's actually a Target exclusive vinyl that comes with a slip mat, for those of you that are interested. I did not get that yet. I was thinking about getting it, but I think I'd rather have it on CD than vinyl. Yeah, so 14 tracks on here. Features the hits, basically a lot of stuff from, there is some stuff from 70s in here, like in Trance, but they kind of stay away from the stuff that was featured on, their other two live albums. They kind of go for the later 80s and 90s stuff. Still a cool collection there by the Scorpions. Next up, an album I've never heard, but I always thought the artwork was cool. Remember this from the 90s. It was very 90s looking. This is Haircut by George Thorogood and the Destroyers. 1993 release. This would cost me like 50 cents, so why would I not buy it? I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to throw it on. But, I mean, from the track listing, I don't really know any songs on here. I may once I throw it on, but usually George Thorogood does some covers or something, but I don't recognize anything. Another one I thought I owned, but I didn't. Johnny Cash, this is American 4, The Man Comes Around. His a critically acclaimed album, one of his biggest sellers, very late in his career. Last album he would release while he was alive features his amazing cover of 9 Inch Nails' Hurt. I do prefer the 9 Inch Nails versions of Hurt to Johnny Cash, but I mean, that made him a superstar again. And last one I have, Willie Nelson, Milk Cow Blues. So this is 15 tracks, all covers. Some of them not really covers, because some of the ones are originally written by Willie Nelson like crazy, just not made famous by him. Stuff like The Thrill Is Gone on here, which is made famous by B.B. King. Texas Flood, which is made famous by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Sitting on Top of the World, band that does that to me. First one that comes to mind is Cream. Kansas City, don't remember who was the original of that, but that's what the medley with Hey 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 by the Beatles, that's what comes to me. Alright everyone, that is my latest CD purchase collection. I want to thank everyone for watching. Again, please hit that subscribe button. A couple more videos coming to you this week. Probably a ranking video, which I haven't done in a while, and probably a complete CD collection coming up. Everyone, again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you next video.